Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Manigan's Movie Music with, of course, me, Reese Manigan. And thank you all who's tuned in today. Make sure you have tuned in because it is going to be a very, very special show today because I also today finally have a special guest. This one didn't call in sick, unlike last time. So she's actually here. Okay, I'll introduce her very soon. But first, I'm going to talk to you about what the show is coming up today. Apart from my special guest, I will be reviewing the movie Sinners because I saw that yesterday and oh my God, I have so much that I want to talk about that film. Obviously, non-spoilers, obviously, but I do need to talk about that film. And also, there are some great movie updates coming up and some other updates involving my filmmaking, which I really want to talk about very soon. So yes, it is going to be a very action-packed, talkative 2 hours of your time, plus the weather is very beautiful for the day, so everything is looking pretty positive so far. Right, let's get on with the first track. And here is a very awesome track, which I don't think I've actually played yet. So here, I'm going to play it now. This is a very good classic one. This is, of course, the Pink Panther theme. Henry Mancini, the Pink Panther theme. I love that tune. And just recently, I've been rewatching the old Pink Panther films because I haven't watched them in a long time, and they are so funny. Peter Sellers, great comedy, great stuff. I love those movies, love them so much. Anyway, you're listening to Manigan's Movie Music live on Love the Beat Radio with me, Reese Manigan. Now, it is time for me to introduce my special guest of today. She is an actress and a dancer, and she's here to talk about what she does, how she's managed to get into the business of acting and dancing, and also we're going to talk about the project that we worked on together and how we connected through that. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Elena.
Hi everyone. I'm Elena.
Elena, sorry.
No,
Elena.
it's fine. It's fine. No worries. I've
Pronounced
got
it wrong.
Now I've got literally people calling me Alana, Ilana, Elaine. So that's
Elaine.
yeah.
I was just saying, it's very different from Elena.
Also Alana in official documents. HMRC would think they would know how to spell a name, but nope.
No,
Anyways,
they don't.
Sorry. If you work for the HMRC, please do not hate me. But
Yeah, please do not
really
get any
upset.
HMRC. Please do not get offended by that
Please,
comment.
no, it's
Yeah.
fine. I forgive you all anyways. I love you all.
Okay,
but yes.
this is the
Sorry.
most bizarre intro I've ever had on my show. Just jump straight to talk about HMRC.
Yeah,
Anyway, right.
Sorry.
It's
yes.
fine. Okay, skipping all that. Thank you so
Sorry,
much.
yeah.
It's fine. You're good. Thank you so much for coming on the show today. And also it's great that because we haven't seen each other in like 3 years.
Yeah, it's true.
So we this is a reunited sort of day, I guess you could say.
Absolutely.
A reunion.
And it's very weird because I know it's been that long, but
It does feel long.
It's been that long?
I know.
The
years
time
have
is
just
flying
flown.
by.
It has flown. I mean, if you
what?
think about it, it's already nearly May 2025.
Yes. Oh my god. Why the time, literally after COVID, seems like time just sped up.
I know,
and
it's mad.
What's the rush?
What's the rush? I don't know. We'll tell the universe that. Universe, what's the rush, mate? You know, it's like they just want to get all the human race out of the way. Do you know what I mean? Come on.
Yeah,
you know
right?
What I mean?
Like, yeah, yes.
Anyway,
Yes.
but despite whatever years it's been, it's wonderful to see you again. And it's great
Likewise.
to actually have you on the show as well.
Yeah.
So in a way, this is actually a very perfect reunion because who better than to come on a radio show
Obviously.
to chat, catch up, and talk to our
Yes.
listeners.
So you can be all participants of
Exactly.
our reunion.
I mean, we need to talk about how we met as well. We met I think we met in 2019 we met, I think. Or it was before COVID, wasn't it?
I have no idea, but
So,
before COVID.
Because it was definitely before COVID. And I remember I saw your content, and and obviously because we love horror and
Yes.
gothic vibes.
Yes.
Plus, we're both autistic,
Yep.
which is also another bonus. It was amazing. It was when we met. I remember we met up for the coffee, and I was like, I want to put you in a horror short because immediately I was like, you have to be like, even if it was just like one at a time, like you had to be in a horror short. And then what I love is we'd only just met for like 5 minutes. And when I said to you, how dark do you want me to go? You went, I've never forgotten this. You went, I want you to go all Quentin Tarantino on it.
Yeah. Even worse. Give me the blood, the guts, and everything.
Literally. She was like, I want it to go blood, guts. And I was like, are you sure? Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to write this down that you've given me your consent to do it. And when I wrote that script, it was the easiest script I've ever written because the fact that you were like, write whatever you want, make it as horrifying as you want. I was like, excellent. I thought I'm going to put all my darkness into this one. And I did because that film is definitely the darkest film I've ever made since. I mean, I have made other horror shorts, but I don't think anything has compared to that one.
Okay. Nice. Good. And yeah, it's such a lovely memory, actually. And I was telling you before, like recently, I met like the other actress.
Harmony,
that was her Harmony. That was on
Hi,
the
Harmony,
short
if
with
you
me.
tuned
Hi.
in. If not, then we're just talking to no one.
Then you're lost.
Yeah.
You're lost, babe.
It's all right. I'll sing this on YouTube in the future. She can hear it then. She'll be like, excuse me?
And we actually reminiscing about it. And
It's nice
then,
to know that they were thinking about me then.
Yeah. And then I actually have seen that you were looking for someone for guests. And I'm like, okay, the universe is sending me signal. We must reconnect.
Yes.
And here I am.
And here you are. And you made it. And you didn't call in sick.
No.
Which I'm glad. Oh, I'm so glad. No, because the reason is because I've got a lot of really exciting guests coming from the next few weeks previous until after you. And I don't want that chain to break. So I'm really excited to know that I've got you and then I've got this other guest coming and I've got another guest after. So I don't want that chain to break. So far the chain is in stable mode.
Perfect.
But yeah, so obviously you do acting, as you've mentioned in the past, but you're also mostly known for your dancing and your performing. Do you want to give us a little bit of that and what you do? Because I've seen this girl perform and do you know what? She is absolutely extraordinarily talented. It is amazing. And I love it because it's horror vibes and it's amazing to watch. And obviously I can't give out too much info because the performances she does is nighttime performances. But the looks of it and what you do, it is absolutely incredible. And I love that I've seen you perform live. And I will be again very soon because you've got another show coming up in the next couple of weeks. So I'm looking forward to that. Oh, no, next couple of months, sorry. But yeah, tell us about how you jumped from the acting to that side.
It was actually during COVID. Like, life now is before and after COVID, sort of. But yes, and I wanted to do something like creative. And obviously, for restrictions, we couldn't meet in groups.
Obviously.
So, theatre was a big no. Rehearsals were nope. And I tried to find some other creative outlets.
Yeah.
And that I could do from my living room. So I started...
I think during COVID we did everything in our living room.
Exactly.
I was animating in my living room, so there you go.
And I started... Since I was a musical theatre baby, I dabbed into burlesque and cabaret. And I never stopped ever since. I really like the freedom that cabaret gives you. I am a big fan of devising and mixing up like different medium techniques, dancing, acting, and obviously like strong, powerful like visual aesthetics. And so that actually aligned perfectly with my ideas. And I've been very prolific, very creative.
Yeah, that you are, definitely.
And I've been... exploring more of the dark side of cabaret, which...
Really? I hadn't noticed.
You wouldn't say. No, but which... because burlesque, obviously, it's celebration of all bodies, all shapes, no matter the gender, no matter anything.
And that's another...
And that's beautiful.
That's another thing I was going to say as well. Sorry to cut you off. I was just going to say... that's what I love about it, is the confidence of plus-size people. Because the thing is, nowadays, you get all this thing of, lose weight, be skinny, and that's the beauty of it. No, plus-size modelling should be more happening. Because, to be honest, it doesn't matter what size, how skinny, anything like that. Whatever weight, whatever size you believe in confidence, that's who you should be. And to be honest, I'm a massive supporter of plus size modelling. And to be honest, I find plus size more attractive than I do from a skinny person. And that's because I see the plus size, and it's the sign of freedom and the confidence. And I love that. So when I see the performances and I see them, I go, that is what we need. We need more of that.
I agree, but the thing is that, and this is a bit of a tangent, but fashion, unfortunately, is still a bit backwards.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we've been moving forward, but for example, I model as well, and I range between a size 12 and 14. But generally I'm a 12, and 12 is already considered like plus size, which for me it's ridiculous. Like I work my day job
We
is
all have
in
one.
performing unfortunately so far hasn't been paying the bills. Maybe
No.
in the future,
Yeah,
who knows?
touch
But
wood,
that's
touch
good.
wood.
Yes, manifesting. So I work in a vintage clothing shop, and no matter like the nationality, like on average, like women pick like a size between 14 and 16, so mid-size. And if that's the average, why is considered plus size when a size 8 or a 10? Like those are called like vanity sizing.
Yeah.
Because the fashion industry wants you to be slimmer, thinner, etc.,
I know.
etc.,
Yeah.
and it's actually quite damaging.
Yeah.
So
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
So yeah, thanks. That I'm going back to.
No. I'm just saying. No, that
No,
was my
because-
point.
No,
yeah,
no, I
because
know that was the tangent
of discrimination of
Yeah,
like I
yeah,
said
it
about
is.
weight and look, and
It
it's
is.
what annoys me. It's
It
what
is.
annoys me.
But the beauty of burlesque is that it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
There's no judgment. There's no judgment
there's,
whatsoever.
Any gender, any
Right.
person,
Yep.
literally anyone, no matter the age, nothing matters. You can.
Well,
just
they have
go
to be
there.
18 plus. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, clearly,
Yeah. Do you imagine?
yes.
What's that little 6-year-old
Yeah,
doing?
no,
Oh, she's
please,
dancing really well.
obviously, no. But yeah, 18 plus.
Oh God.
But you could be 90 and still kicking it on stage.
Wow, do you know what? Wow, I want to
why
see.
not?
I'd love to see the 90-year-old do that.
That-
Because I can
there's
imagine she's in a wheelchair, she's doing the dancing.
but there's
I'll be like,
actually-
wow, good for her. She's 90, but she's got the body of a 60-year-old.
There's
Woo!
It
Here you
is
go,
true.
Grandma.
Oh God, yes. But that's like more.
Sorry, carry on.
No, it's fine. There's more mature like performers, especially that drag queens that are over 50 even, and they are bloody incredible. Like, yeah, even better than me or younger performers. The way they kick the legs up here and they twirl around, it's fantastic. And so that's the beauty of it. What I've been noticing is that, I don't know if because, again, people have been very traumatized after COVID and things
yeah.
have changed.
Oh yeah,
And-
everyone's more negative now.
And maybe that's the reason why there's a return to the more safe, comforting, classic live entertainment. But what I've seen, especially as a performer who likes to focus more on the dark horror aspects of performing, and I'm a big horror fan.
So, that's another reason how we connected.
I've seen that it's even there, like when people ask for horror or spooky, they want the ethereal witch kind of
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah.
Even when you quote unquote have to be ugly, you still need to be pretty. And I explain. Fully rhinestone costumes, very ethereal beauty, very elegant, very sensual, which is fantastic. And in my own show, which probably I will talk about because I mentioned it, yay, we do have that as well. But what I like to do, especially with burlesque, even though it's more of drag-less because I'm never necessarily like a person, like creatures, demons, and whatever, is reclaiming beauty through horror.
Yeah.
There's beauty in rotting flesh, bleeding wounds. There's beauty in being covered in blood and dirt and whatever.
By the way, it's not real blood, by
No,
the way.
no,
though. Yeah,
no,
just
no,
to give you
no
a
one-
heads
no one-
up.
no one's
she's
been
not,
sacrificed
she's not
yet.
a serial
Yet.
killer going around going, this blood looks good, whatever. They're just to inform that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I promise.
Hey, this is just for
Yes.
like pictures and everything. But anyway, carry on.
But
Like I said, the world's sensitive now. You have to be careful, like just in case.
Yes, no, I promise.
Just so you know,
I
no
haven't-
people were actually harmed in the making of these photos.
No,
anyway,
no.
carry on.
And it's there's another like vulnerability because you power through different things. Maybe you explore traumas in a different way, and having even obviously non-stripping performances are a bit different, but especially if there's stripping involved, there's a different vulnerability in being half naked, covered in blood or dirt, screaming, doing something horrific, like coming out of a horror movie in a way, to give you an idea. And it's completely different from this very stylized dance that often the burlesque is. Which again is really pretty, but sometimes like I've applied for horror-themed festivals or shows, and they ask me to tone it down, to change it. Can you use glitter instead of blood, fake blood? And I'm like, so, not really.
Glitter? What's horrifying about glitter? Like, can you imagine? Use glitter instead of fake blood. So, just, I mean, unless you dress up like a clown, that's different. But glitter?
But you know,
oh my God, I've got glitter phobia. Don't use the glitter.
You know that sometimes actually I found out that some people have glitter phobia.
Really?
They actually, the sparkles actually ignite some fear. I don't know to be fair, but it's actually a thing.
Oh wow.
But sometimes it's like, I think that sometimes people believe that the audience is not ready for something.
Right.
And but by never exposing the audience to it, they will never get them ready to it.
Okay, but can I just... This is what confuses me. So you have this event that will have horror vibes, and you'll probably have on your description on the event, this has to be 18 plus, it's going to have horror, blah, blah, blah. So this is what annoys me. Why can't the people say, look, this is what you expected to get, because this is what it is. You have to respect that. Why is it all of a sudden, oh no, we have to change it because they're going to be too scared about... But if it's a horror vibe thing, they have to get that vibe. So why is it now, oh yeah, it's a horror vibe, but we're not going to make it horror? That's misleading advertising. Because
people are used to glam ghoul aesthetics. So my wife is a witch.
Right.
Kind of.
Oh, okay.
Aesthetic.
So basically
or love witch.
Yeah. So basically, what they're saying is make it more Halloween and horror.
Yes.
But then the thing is, right, if that was me, if I was, right, let's say, for example, you had a thing going on and it said horror, blah, 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 I'd think, do you know what, I want to go see that because, you know me, I don't mind all that. I'd love to go see all that stuff. And I'd go and see it. And if you were toned down and it was glitter and you dressed up like a witch and whatever, and I'd think, do you know what, I want my money back. Where's the horror? I'd think, do you know what, give me my money back. Where's the where's the fake blood and all that? That's what I would ask for. I'd demand my money back.
But the thing is that culturally, that's what's being brought out. That's why I say if people are never get to see something else, they will never get ready for it.
Right.
Like, you have to showcase everything.
Right.
Even the horrific. Besides, I think even though obviously there's a really empowerment, like feminist message in doing burlesque, I find it a bit counterintuitive that even when you should be like, or you could be gross and ugly and horrific, the system kind of imposes you to be pretty anyways.
Right.
I want to have the freedom of being powerful and maybe weirdly sensual as an ugly witch with warts and everything, with scars and wounds, as much as I want to be pretty and sensual being the classic, like, Halloween kind of rhinestone witch. Okay. I think there's beauty in both of it. So why should we limit performers?
Is that, yeah.
Why should make them think that that's the only thing that can happen? Like,
you're starting to think like me now with the whole filming side, because again, it's like you can't do this, you can't write that. They'll take this out of context. Honestly, this is why I've been explaining every week on my show, is nowadays it's so ridiculous how the world has to be so tamed now. And it's like, oh, because we're scared of upsetting people. But the thing is, there's 7 billion of us on the planet. You can't upset 7 billion people by one thing, surely. Yeah. You know, it's ridiculous.
But the thing is also, like...
Can you imagine if I upset 7 billion people? I'm just thinking, what'd you do? You said the word if. Oh my God!
I mean,
And 7 billion people complained about that.
I mean, maybe not that many, but but
Yeah,
like,
but can you imagine that scenario?
but Elon Musk kind of did.
Yeah.
He did one thing.
Yeah.
And was very upsetting, clearly. So you can upset a very, very large amount of people by doing one thing. However, like, I believe personally that art should make you feel something, and should be allowed. I think probably
whether it's
if
filmmaking,
anything,
dancing, picture,
anything. I think
because how are we going to express ourselves if we can't make art? That's the problem.
If there's anything that should be given the freedom of explore and being out there, bold, transgressive, subversive, dark, even sometimes. Like,
we love a bit of dark.
It's art.
Exactly.
Because it's like, not to obviously underestimate or like not give it due credit to artists, but it's like, it's make believe.
Exactly.
If we play scenarios that don't necessarily exist to either feel something, to inspire people to do things that not necessarily are actually applicable in day-to-day life.
Yep, there you go.
And that should be fine.
Exactly.
Like, otherwise...
Maybe me and you should do a podcast about this and say what we can and can't do and how the world should be tamed. We should. Because in that way, we'd have a lot to talk about and say, right, art, express ourselves. Yes, why? Because blah, blah, blah. Number 2, filming, express ourselves. Why? Because blah, blah, blah. I think that would definitely be the biggest debate we could definitely talk about, 100%.
Oh, my God.
And I think
years.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, but then people should listen to it and go, do you know what? I was right. I do take this too seriously. I should laugh a lot more.
Maybe.
Maybe. Who knows? But anyway, do you know what? The important thing is we both understand what's going through. So we're cool. So there you go. There you go. Anyway, right. I think we've definitely done enough chatting on that side now. But thank you very much for telling me your side of this and agreeing to the points that I'm agreeing with 100%. So thank you for that as well. So,
of course.
But as you know, you are on Manigan's Movie Music. And as we carry on with the show, it's very movie heavy. So, obviously, you've said you are a massive horror movie fan, like me. Yes. So, we will definitely be talking about that side very soon.
Excellent.
Which I can't wait to talk about. So, let's play a track just so we can breathe and process. And after we've had our nice little... you've had your nice little vent, I guess you could say. Yes. We've got it all out your system.
I'm not nearly finished, by the way.
Yes, but like you said, you could take hours. And, you know, so yeah. Yeah, like I said, we'll come up with another podcast for that.
Yes.
Anyway, let's play another track now, guys, so we can process. Unwind. So let's have a nice little bit of music and come back after this track because we'll be talking about the horror film side.
Yes.
So we'll talk about that. Okay, here's a bit of Chicken Run, guys. That was Chicken Run Into the Pie Machine. Manigan's Movie Music live on Love the Beat Radio. And you're listening to Manigan's Movie with me, Reese Manigan, and my special guest today,
Elena Black. Hello. Or if you tune in now, welcome.
Yes, and we just had a message from Wandering Character saying, Reese, yes, hello, Wandering Character, how are you? And who else wants to because you can go on the Love the Beat Radio group chat and message. So, hello, Wandering Character. Hope you're good. And hope you're enjoying the show so far. So, we're now going to talk about the horror film side of everything. So, now we've had our little processing earlier about art and expressing ourselves. We're now going to be talking about the horror film side. So, this is one of the reasons why me and you, got on as well because of our love for horror. And I remember as well, when I was making horror films, and after we'd done our short, you were going to me, will you stop making horror films because I'm getting jealous?
Yes, it's true. Oh, my God. If actually, I still miss acting, but I've been very involved into this other performing art. And you definitely made me jealous.
Well, I'm sorry that I make a Halloween special every year.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
I mean,
It's good jealous, not
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh my
I know.
God.
Yeah. Yeah, oh my God. No, but saying that though, funny enough, my most successful horror short to this date actually is one called You Shouldn't Be Here, which is... Sorry, I thought there was a notification. It was called You Shouldn't... You Shouldn't Be Here, starring Beatrice Morey, who is a friend of mine who's been in quite a few films that she's done. And that's had over 2,000 views on YouTube. It's become my most successful horror short I've ever done. And I can't believe that so many people have been watching it. And I remember, like... Because I've done quite a few horror shorts, and I thought, oh, they'd like this one, and it's had a few good views. And I've done another one, and it's had a few good views. But people seem to really love a story about a crazy rich girl killing two men, because basically the plot is there's a rich man who conned two men. They wanted money. He didn't pay them, so they kidnap his daughter for money, and then she turns psycho and goes after them. And but the storyline is basically don't underestimate who you kidnap. Yeah, that's basically the storyline. And it's definitely horrifying as well. Great scenes. And Beatrice done such a great job playing the lead role in that short. She's done a fantastic job. And it was amazing to put her in there. She's done it. I mean, it's funny enough, she even said to me, I don't even know if I can be in a horror. Like, she goes, I've never done horror before. I don't know if I can. And I said to her, no. You can do this. You can do this. I said, I've got a fit. Because what I love about Beatrice is she can play crazy. Like funny crazy or crazy. And I knew she could. And when she done that role, she smashed it. Absolutely smashed it. And she done an amazing job. It's an absolutely amazing job. And it seems to have worked because she's got over 2,000 views on YouTube for it. Yeah. And I'm pretty proud of it. And that was my 2019 horror short. And then, since then I've been making a lot more. And let's talk about the horror films what's your list of favourite horror films?
Oh my God, that's the question I always fear.
Okay, give us just a top three then, at least.
No, oh my God, no, I will give you three now. I will give you three now, and I will change probably in 15 minutes.
Okay. Just give me, in no particular order, what comes to mind if I said favourite horror films, go.
I'm going to say Terrifier. Because
Which one? 1, 2 or 3? I've seen all 3, by the way. The third one's my favourite.
I'm gonna say the third.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the third.
Yeah, the third one, yeah. But oh my God, that was mental.
And I said that's because I've recently performed as a Terrifier. I made an actor.
Yeah, she did. I know. God, I missed that one.
So it's fresh. It's still fresh in my memory.
Okay, so Terrifier 3. Any other that comes to your mind?
I'm gonna say The Thing.
Well, the one with what's his name? Kurt Russell.
Yes.
Yeah, great film.
And oh my God,
the scene with the dog. Oh
my
creeps
God.
me out every time.
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. The Shining, because that's my favourite film.
Yes. I love them. I cannot pick.
What about Doctor Sleep? Did you like Doctor Sleep?
I've got mixed feelings on it.
But have you seen the director's cut of Doctor
Yes.
Sleep? Yeah?
Yes.
Did you think the director's cut was a lot better? Because I did, because it had a lot of depth to it, a lot of story.
Yes,
yeah,
yes, it was definitely better, but I still have mixed feelings.
Oh, I love Doctor Sleep. The only reason I love it so much as well is because funny enough, most people probably won't believe me, but I have got proof because I've still got the draft back at home. I'd written a Doctor Sleep script when the book had come out because I read the book straight away. And I wanted, because The Shining is my favourite movie of all time, I wanted to direct the sequel. I was like, I want to direct Doctor Sleep. And if I was to do it, it'd take after the Shining movie and whatever. And I actually wrote a draft of Doctor Sleep at home. This was back in 2013, not long after the book was released. And then what I actually done is I actually emailed it to Warner Brothers and said, because I was naive, I was like, here's my script for Doctor Sleep and hire me to direct it. They never got a response. And but funny enough, when I saw the Mike Flanagan film, he made the film almost 80% of how I would have done my film.
Okay.
And I'm not even joking, because I remember coming out going, that's how I would have done it. Yeah, I would have. And honest to God, there were so many things that he had taken from my brain that I wouldn't have been surprised if Warner Brothers went, yeah, we got sent this years ago. Do you want to have a little? And he's obviously had a little scan and gone, yeah, I'll take. But Mike Flanagan is a genius, and I remember he did say he was going to take the film from Doctor Sleep and take it from the Kubrick universe, but also use King's book as a handy as well. He said it was like your two divorced parents when you got your mum and your dad, and you have to kind of say to them, look, we need to kind of reunite for the graduation sort of thing, you know. Yes. And he said to Stephen King, because we all know Stephen King didn't like The Shining film because of what Kubrick had done to it. Yep. But Mike had pitched it to Stephen, and Stephen was like, I don't really want that story in this doc. But then when he mentioned the scene where older Danny meets Ghost Jack in the bar, Stephen King then went, oh, okay, actually, do you know what? Go for it. And then I'll have a look. And apparently he showed him the cut, Stephen King. It was just them two in this big cinema room. And apparently Mike was like looking and sweating and thinking.
I bet.
Yeah, but amazingly, Stephen King said he actually loved Doctor Sleep and said, it's kind of reinformed his thoughts on The Shining now because Mike Flanagan has sort of glued the pieces together. Yeah, so he said it's a very good sequel to The Shining and it's a very good adaptation to my book. And he said, to be honest, I'm actually kind of glad they brought back the Overlook Hotel in it. And so he made him change his mind over it, you know. And so it was great. And like I said, how I would have thought of that film was exactly how I would have done it. I'm not joking. I remember coming out going, that is almost exactly how I would have made the Doctor Sleep film if I directed it. Obviously, there was a few changes I would have done, but I'm not joking. About 80% of what he done was like, that's what I was going to do. So it was amazing that Mike Flanagan did kind of follow that lead. I'm not saying I'm taking responsibility. But I'm just saying, like, it's just weird that maybe my vibes maybe went into him and maybe it worked. So I was like, Mike, you legend. But he is I
love his work.
Oh, he's amazing. I mean, Horn of Hill House. I mean, come on.
Yes.
Best Netflix series out there. And Midnight Mass. Oh my God, did I cry the last episode?
Lots of people have been slandering Midnight Mass. I don't understand
why.
Again,
they're not appreciating the art. They're not
like,
appreciating the art.
I don't get it. Like, I actually like his work. Oh, another movie that I really, really love is Martyrs. It's a French one.
Martin. Oh my God, I can't watch that one again. It's so depressing.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, no. I can't watch that one again. I'll tell you which one we watched just recently. Very controversial horror film. My missus doesn't like the ending, and I don't either because it is quite... but it is a life lesson film. It's called Megan is Missing. Have you heard of that one? It's a found footage film.
No.
And, we've brought the DVD because you can't really watch it anywhere. We managed to get the DVD. We watched it. And I'm not going to lie, it is not a very satisfying film. That's all I'm going to say. But a lot of people have spoken about it, and they've said you do have to kind of watch it for the life lesson of what the story is. But you're not going to come out of it happy. But you've watched Martyrs, so you'll probably be fine.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
You're going to send me a mission. I'm going to find this movie and I'm going to watch it. Because
you can always come over and watch it around mine. It's fine if I have a movie, Karen will watch it, and she'll just be like, I don't want to watch that little bit because there's one bit that she can't watch, and it is really, I mean, I can't even describe it because it's a morning show, but yeah, it's a very,
oh my God.
Yeah, oh my God, yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, I know, right?
I must watch.
Yeah, exactly.
I must watch.
But I'm glad because the thing is with me, right, I'm a bit like you. If there's a film that I know is controversial, it's so weird. I'm like, the more controversial it is, the more I do want to watch it. But then my punishment will be I'll come out of it and go, yeah.
Even The Terrifier, the third, got a lot of slander because of the first 5 minutes. I was like, what about the rest of the movie, man?
I know.
The first 5 minutes were like...
I know. I mean, there was lots of worse things that happened.
I understand, but also, like, what about the rest of the movie?
I know. But to be funny, it was so funny because when I heard about Terrifier 3 come out in the cinema, I remember I was hearing a lot of people were being sick. And I was like, I can't... Right, the one thing I cannot do when watching... Like, my missus, she can't do skin scenes For me, it's vomit. I can't do vomit. If I watch someone vomit,
Okay.
it makes me feel sick. Or if I see it, I'm like, even if it's like on EastEnders or something, I'm like, can't look at it. I don't want to look at vomit. So the thought of people being sick watching Terrifier 3, I was like, I am not going to go cinema listening to people going, bleh. I thought, no. So I'll wait till streaming. So I did. I waited till it came on streaming and I watched it on Amazon Prime. And yeah, luckily I didn't because my missus almost felt sick over one bit. And I was like, thank God we didn't go cinema for that because she almost felt sick. And it was like, otherwise I'd have to get my popcorn bucket and go, ugh.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was really bizarre. It was really bizarre.
It was actually when we went to the cinema and it was just me, my partner, and there were 4 people in the cinema. There was another couple and the girl actually fell asleep. And I was like, yes. Someone actually
fell asleep.
Yes, which I found a bit weird anyways, but also like people, they're two extremes. People getting sick watching it, people just having like Terrified as a lullaby.
Yeah, loads of screaming. This is my comfort noise. Yeah,
nice.
Chainsaws.
Yes.
You know, it's funny you should say it because obviously, like experiences in the cinema when watching horror films is so funny because it's like when I watched what was it? I'm trying to think. There was a moment where someone jumped. What was the film? Me and my missus went to go see a horror. Okay, I can't remember the actual bit, but I remember me and my missus we went to see a horror film, and there was a woman in front of us who was sort of whispering quite a bit, and then this jump scene came on, and all of a sudden her hair flipped back, and she went "Ooh!" like that, and oh my God, me and Karen were behind, and we just cracked up laughing because she was all going. And then, whoa! Oh my God, we were dead. We were just laughing, and it was so fun. And she's looking behind us, going, "Sorry!" Like, and it was just the funniest moment ever. And sometimes we love that. We love hearing reactions of people in the cinema when we see a horror film because whether they jump and so. I remember once we went to see the Pet Sematary remake, and when we see the cat, there's a woman somewhere in the audience. She goes, "Oh my God, it's that cat again." Just like, and then most of them were laughing. We're like, okay. I mean, some of them.
But the first lady sounds like she deserved it.
I
hate when people talk in the cinema. Please do not talk.
Do you know the worst?
Please.
One of the worst funny experience I've had in the cinema. I'll tell you this story. This is not a horror film, but it was one of the experiences we had in the cinema. So this was years ago when I lived back in Milton Keynes, and me and my friend Charlie went to go see Rise of the Planet of the Apes. And we were seeing that, and there was these young lads. They must have been about 13, 14 years old. They were only like school kids, and they had their row, like about 5 rows behind us, but they were throwing popcorn. They were running up and down the stairs. They were laughing and chatting. And the trailers came on, and they were still chatting, blah, 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 and all that. And then all of a sudden, as the 20th Century Fox logo come up, they were going, like they were mimicking the brum, 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 and making the noises. Then all of a sudden, behind them, because I turned around, this massive bald geezer stood up behind them, and they all looked up, and he went, "Right, I've had enough of you lot. Just shut up and watch the film." And then everyone in the cinema started applauding. And after that, silence.
Yes.
And then I was trying not to laugh. I was like, and then when the film had finished, the kids ran out the cinema. As soon as the credits rolled up, they legged it. It was the funniest thing ever. And I thought that showed them because it was just like it was just normal, like a bit crazy. Then all of a sudden, this bold bloke, it was like something out of a cartoon where he strolls out and then he look up, and he's like, "Right, shut up and watch the film." And then they're like, "Okay." Because honestly, he risen up like some sort of like muscle man, like Popeye or something. Like, you know, "Here, you better shut up now, boys. Yeah, I was going to get me spinach out. Yeah. Don't mess with Popeye. Yeah." It was really fun. It was like out of a Looney Tunes cartoon. It was just so. And then afterwards, they just shut up.
Yeah, lesson learned.
Oh yeah, God. I mean, my God. Okay, since we've still got a good 10 minutes before the ad break, what do you still think about the Scream franchise? Because there's going to be a 7th one coming.
Yes, I'm actually very excited to see what they will do next.
Yeah, because you know about the controversy, what happened, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it was ridiculous why they fired the original actress and plus the poor director, Christopher Landon, he got blamed for firing her, and he didn't because he said, "I wasn't in charge. It was the studio. They fired her."
Yeah.
And then General Ortega left, and then he left because the reason he said he left because he was promoting his latest film Drop, which by the way, very good film. He was saying that was none of my fault. He said what's her name got Melissa, I think her name was. She got fired. General Ortega left because Melissa got fired, and he left because he said, well, if them two aren't going to be in the film, how am I going to direct it? So he walked out, and he said he was really upset because he was really looking forward to doing the new Scream, and I think he would have been a really good director because he's done Happy Death Day, he's done Freaky, and he's a really good director. And
let's hope they're not gonna butcher the.
Well, actually, the seventh one, I'm not too scared because the original script writer of Scream is directing it, Kevin Williamson. He's kind of the man who created the franchise because he wrote the first, second, fourth, and he was executive producer on the fifth and the sixth one. So he's kind of been like, he's been like the sort of backbone.
Stepping up.
Yeah, he's like the backbone of the franchise. And so and also he's a really good script writer. I mean, apart from Scream, he did the original I Know What You Did Last Summer, which is, I know, a very cheesy film, but still very fun. Yeah. He also wrote a really other good horror film you need to check out on Now TV called Sick, which is a very good film, very good twist. And it's not very long. The film's about an hour and 10 minutes, but really good horror film, very good twist. And it also was made during COVID. It's a COVID film.
Oh,
and but honestly, when I found out he wrote it, and it was on Now TV, because me and my missus was looking for that film for ages. And then when it came on Now TV, we're like, right, we got to watch this. And then we put it on. And it was so worth the wait because, oh my God, the twist at the end, it leaves your jaw dropping. I mean, and that's what I mean. So it just shows that Kevin Williamson, after all these years, he knows how to write a good script. Like, he's still got it. He's still got it. So I have no fears for Scream 7. I think he is going to do an amazing job. He's brought back Neve Campbell. He's brought back Courtney Cox. He's even brought back, I mean, it's no spoiler, he's brought back Matthew Lillard. He's brought back Sydney's mum. I think Billy's coming back.
Yeah.
He's even brought back blooming Dewey. Dewey's coming back. I mean, how is he going to do it?
Yeah, no, it's going to be, I'm very curious about it.
But my guess, I'm only going to say as a theory, I don't think they're coming back from the dead. I think it's flashbacks, or I think it's memories or ghosts. That's my theory. I'm not going to say, oh yeah, they're back for it, because no, come on, don't be that stupid. I think it's going to be flashbacks, or there's going to be ghosts, or in some sort of crazy, bizarre story theory, that someone out there manages to resurrect everyone who's died and brings them back like an army or something.
I think it would be a bit...
Can you imagine that?
Sort of out of character thing, introducing the supernatural elements now.
But then, to be fair, the killer is called Ghostface.
I know, but the thing is, they make it very human in a way, because anyone can be behind the mask.
Yeah.
So it's... I don't know. I would find it a bit weird if they introduced the supernatural element now after all these years.
But then again,
if it's well done, if that happens,
if
it's well
like
done,
I said, we have no idea how it's gonna play out.
Yeah,
we can't judge until we know the full story. But my theory is it's got to be flashbacks, or it's got to be. But my theory is either flashbacks or ghosts. That's my theory. That's all I'm gonna guess.
Okay, we'll see.
But you never know, because also the good thing is we've got Sydney's husband who's going to be in it, and apparently she's going to have kids in this one. So we're going to focus on Sydney's family in this one, which is one of the plot points that they've teased. So I'm really intrigued how it's going to go. And also the question is, will this be the conclusion, or could this lead up to more Screams? Could we get an 8, 9 or 10? Because, to be honest, the Scream franchise, I mean, most people say, it's too much. I never get tired of them. To be honest, I love the first one. I love the second. The third is my least favourite. It's definitely the bottom pass. So this is my ranking out of the 6. So it goes Scream 1, Scream 2, Scream 5, Scream 4, Scream 6, Scream 3.
Okay. Ooh, so the least favourite
is Scream 3, yeah.
Okay.
So my first is Scream 1, then Scream 2, Scream 5, Scream 4, Scream 6, Scream 3.
Yeah. I have heard lots of people actually having mixed feelings about the franchise, saying that after the 4th, they should have just stopped.
But then, to be fair,
kind of
in
went
my opinion,
downhill
the
or
fourth one
whatever.
was an improvement
But
of the third
to
one.
be fair, I think I have never get tired of it. To
No,
be
neither do I.
honest.
That's what I'm saying. I never get tired of them. They are really fun.
They make it
I mean, I
interesting.
just recently.
They make it interesting.
I mean, me and my missus actually went to go see the original Scream just recently at the Prince Charles Cinema, and it's 35mm original print. And it was,
fantastic.
and amazingly, you're not going to be, well, no surprise, it got sold out. The cinema
Yeah.
was packed, and it was amazing. Everyone enjoyed it. They had a nice laugh, and everyone and amazingly, there were people there that have never seen it before, because when it was revealed who the killer was, or killers, I actually heard people in the back go, and then when the film had finished, there was these two guys sitting near, they were standing near the toilet door, and one of them went, I thought it was going to be the police officer.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
oh, my
yeah,
God.
literally,
no.
yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's what he said. He was like, I thought it was going to be the police officer. And then, he just said it out loud. And I looked at him and was like, hey, he's never seen it before. It was really...
Kids.
I know. They're growing up. Yeah. We said that at the same time. No, poor generation, you know.
I mean, good if
Yeah.
they start watching. Why
Yeah,
not?
and they saw it in the cinema. Good
Yeah,
for that's a
it's
really
lovely that Prince Charles gets run through older movies.
Well, just recently I've seen 2001: A Space Odyssey there. I've seen Doctor Strangelove there. I've seen Scream there. And hopefully there'll be another film that, if I've got time for, go and see it. You know, I mean, the one film that I really want to see on the big screen, the real ambitious one, is Fantasia.
I think they did.
I know, and I missed it.
Every now and then they just bring it back.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. If they bring back Fantasia, I am so going to go and see that on the big screen, because Fantasia is definitely a movie that you must experience on the big screen. Even though I haven't yet, but when you look at it, it feels like a film you have to experience on the big screen. It's like 2001: Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
I have seen Space Odyssey in the cinema 4 times, because that is a movie you have to see in the big screen. I mean, the BFI especially, like when they released it, the BFI in 2018 for its 50th anniversary, I immediately booked a ticket. So I am going. You cannot miss this. I went there, and then I showed my missus the film on the DVD, and then she was going to me, what's it like on the big screen? I went, well, when it comes out again, I will take you. Yeah. So luckily, so 2022 happened. I just recently got my new job, and to celebrate, we went to see Space Odyssey on the BFI. And I remember I looked at Karen, and she looked at, and I remember her jaw just dropped at the Stargate sequence and all that. And it was just lovely that I was showing her this big screen film, and she was loving it, and she was, oh, this is amazing. Like, you could just see that she was loving it, and it was so nice to know that I was showing her that. And I was telling all my friends as well, I was like, look, guys, if it comes out again, you have to, I'm going to take you. It's because Space Odyssey is a film you have to see before you die. Like, it's not a question, and especially on the big screen. And I recently took my best mate, Charlie, to go see it. And he did love the first half of the film, but he hated the ending. And I was like, yeah, but, you know, but he still...
He needs to rewatch it, I think.
Yeah, but to be honest, I'll see if I can poke the stick and say, come on, see it again, you know, but we'll see. But then again, if you know, we'll see. Well, I'm not going to force him, and we're not going to push him, you know, because at the end of the day, it was his first experience. And when I first watched it, I was a bit like, what the hell? But then I thought, I'll give it a go. Now I love it. Best film, one of the best films ever. Right, we've got 30 seconds till the ads break. Coming up next, we need to review Sinners, because I need to talk about that film. So that's what's coming up next. Plus, more movie news, more chat, more music. So stay tuned, guys, for more of that. So, that's what's coming up next. You're listening to Manigan's Movie Music live on Love the Beat Radio. That was, of course, Hook, Ultimate War on Manigan's Movie Music live on Love the Beat Radio with me, Reese Manigan, my special guest today.
Elena, hi. Oh, welcome.
Yes.
If you tune in now.
Yeah, if you've just tuned in for the last hour. Wandering character, can you reveal yourself?
We're wondering about you.
Yeah, we're wondering about who you are. You just put on the chat just my name. Thank you for mentioning my name. I do appreciate it. But do you mind revealing who you are? It'd
Are
be
you
nice
there?
to know who
I'm
you
sure
are.
you're
Yeah,
listening.
we'd like to know who our listeners are, because we've actually had quite a few tuned in today.
Yes.
We've had Unique Being and Talkative Pal. Feel free to reveal yourselves, guys. We'd like to know who you are. And you know,
Please.
if you've got a score you want to listen to, or anything you want to talk
Any
about?
questions?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wandering character, please reveal yourself. You cannot leave me hanging like that. I'm curious
yeah,
now.
because she's wondering if it could be anyone you know.
It could be anyone.
Yeah, it could be anyone.
Could be anyone.
It
Like
could-
Ghostface.
yeah,
Like, could be anyone.
Ghostface, yeah.
Could be
Do you
anyone.
like scary movies?
I do, wandering character. Do you?
Anyway,
Like, yeah, come on.
but whoever has tuned in today, thank you very much. We've still got 40 minutes of the show left, but now we got to talk about Sinners. We need to, because I need to talk about Sinners because.
Oh my God.
Have you seen it?
No.
You haven't
Not
seen
yet.
it. Okay, well, I'm not
No
gonna.
spoilers, please.
So guess no, I'm joking.
Oh my
joking.
God.
No. I won't spoil it. I won't. No, because people need to go and see this movie.
Yes.
Right. So Sinners. So it's the other film directed by is it Ryan Coogler or Keigler? I forgot what's his. I need to pronounce his name right because otherwise I'm going to sound like a right idiot. But he's the guy who directed Black Panther and Creed, both really good films. Ryan Coogler, I was right. Ryan Coogler, yeah, got his name right. Great director, loved Black Panther, like Creed, not really my sort of movie, but still a really good film. But this one, Sinners, I can honestly say is the best film he's ever directed. It is an awesome, epic, beautiful film. And it stars his main man, of course, Michael B. Jordan. In fact, Michael B. Jordan's in it twice because he plays twins. And that's not a spoiler because it's in the trailer. I mean, come on. You see him twice. And honestly, really good at playing these twins. And I was saying to my missus as well, like, filmmaking nowadays, like, how they manage to get Michael B. Jordan in the same shot when it's him and you see his face. I mean, I know it's either split screen or it's green screen, whatever, but it's just the amazing how they manage to get them interacting together on the same shot is incredible. Filmmaking is so amazing nowadays, how they do it. It's absolutely incredible. But anyway, I'm not just going to talk about the fact that I'm just looking at Michael B. Jordan and whatever. What I'm saying is, he is amazing in it twice, but it is a really good film for many reasons. Okay, yes, it is a horror. We all know that. However, there's more to it than that. It's got music, it's got drama, it's got romance, it's got thrills, and everything about it is a gorgeous film. The story, cinematography, performances, settings, tone. It is awesome. Like, the story is so investing. And I'll tell you what, this is what amazed me about this film. It's over 2 hours long. It's 2 hours and 10 minutes long. You have to stay, by the way, till the very end because there's post-end credit sequences and scenes in the credits. You have to watch to understand what's going on. But do you know what? The movie is not boring at all. It is not boring. It is so investing. And you just get so gripped from the very first scene that you're just like, I need to watch every scene and see what... And it's just the detail of it and it's just so good. And the fact as well that this movie... this movie is a love letter to cinema, 100%, because it's a cinema movie. It's a film that you have to go and see on the big screen. I went to the BFI IMAX. So glad I did. And it just absolutely took my breath away. And my missus, funny enough, she didn't want to go and see it at first. She was like, I'm not interested. I was like, come on, you have to come and check this out with me. Because I heard so many good things about it. And I was like, you need to check it out. I said, it's one of those films you might regret not seeing. So she was like, all right, we'll go, but you're paying for it. I think, fine, but you're paying for lunch then. So I paid for the film. She paid for lunch. In the end, guess what? She loved it. And I said, I knew you were going to love this film. And she did. And I knew it. And it really, like, she couldn't stop talking about it. She was, oh my God, that bit with so-and-so. And I didn't recognise so-and-so. And I was like, see, told you. So she was talking about it more than I was. And she wasn't even interested in seeing the movie. But it just shows that you have to give things a go to check it out. And so glad she did.
It's really captivating.
It really is, yeah. It's such a decent film. And I just fell in love with it. And to be honest, I can honestly say already, it's already one of my favourite films of the year.
Okay.
I can honestly say
Lots of people
that.
actually said that
Yeah.
after seeing it.
Yeah. I can honestly say it's one of my favourites. Along with Flow and along with Companion. Those are so
Companion,
far. You've seen Companion?
Yes.
Yeah. I love that movie. Sophie Thatcher, such a great actress. But honestly, really, really good film. So I really recommend you guys check Sinners out while it's still out in the cinema. And yes, go and check it out on the biggest screen possible. Whether it's BFI, whether you've got a big cinema screen somewhere near you, go and see it on the big screen because it is a big screen film, and you will definitely get the adrenaline, the vibes. Like you will definitely get something amazing out of this film. Like I came out smiling. Like that film was just so incredible, and how like it structures itself. I can't explain it, but it's just like so cleverly done. It's not what you think it is. Like when you watch it, you think, oh, the trailers reveal stuff. To be honest, they don't. There's lots of things that the film reveals that the trailer doesn't, that you're like, oh, like wasn't expecting that. And oh, you know, like there is so many bits that you just look and think, oh, it's incredible. So yeah, definitely check it out, guys. It's a film that you must see. Especially you. Yes.
No, I'm going around, unfortunately, being a bit unwell.
Yeah.
But I'm going soon because I'm really curious about it.
Yeah,
It's really
absolutely. No,
excited.
yeah, you have to grab the opportunity because I think if you this is a film you really shouldn't check on streaming or on the telly because otherwise you'd watch it and go, oh, that'd have been good to see in the cinema. It really, like, and I've had that before, like where I've missed a film at cinema once. And I've gone, I should have seen that on the big screen. And that's why sometimes I wait for their re-releases at Prince Charles. And I think, going to get my chance, you know. So, no, but don't miss out on this one, guys. Go and see Sinners, please. Go and see Sinners. I really strongly advise you do. I strongly advise, 100%. But definitely go with your friends or with your couple. Don't go on your own because you won't enjoy it much on your own. Go and see it with someone. Like with me, I went with my wife and it was great. I would have not enjoyed it a lot if I didn't go with somebody. I would have had to take a friend or my wife or someone because it's a film that you should see with
Maybe
people.
share with someone.
Yeah, because it was a film that I couldn't go on my own. Because otherwise I'd have been like, yay, turn around. Oh, there's no one here with me. I would have felt very lonely. No, but definitely go check it out, guys. Sinners, check it out in the cinemas. Right now, you get to see Michael B. Jordan twice, you know?
That's good enough.
Yeah,
reason.
especially for the women who fancy him. I know there's a lot of women out there who love him, so you get to see him in a tank top on the big screen. There you go. Because the guy, and that's no joke, because the guy who presented it at the BFI, he goes, the cinema screen changes from perspective. He goes, so for example, you get to see Michael B. Jordan in a tank top, but bigger. And then everyone was laughing. I was like, there you go. I was like, there you go. Something for the ladies. There you go. Anyway, right, let's play the next track, guys. Next up, I'm going to be updating on some movie news that I really want to talk about, which I can't wait because there's a lot of other trailers that have come out, films that are coming out next month that I really want to talk about, that I want to go see, that I'm really intrigued with and really excited, that I really think, oh, do you know what, I want to check that one out. So I'm going to talk about that very soon. So now, here's my most requested film that everyone likes to listen to. Here's The Lion King. That's for the fans out there every week. Lion King. I always play Lion King because everyone requests Lion King. It's my most requested score ever. Do you have a particular favourite score?
As a matter of fact, I actually quite like Scream.
Scream.
The
Very
first,
Scream heavy today.
First and the fourth, particular.
My favourite is actually the fifth because there's a soundtrack. We could actually play it after, actually.
Yeah.
Which is called a Hospital Visitor, which is really intense. I love that one. In fact, as we're talking, I'll type it in now before I forget. Anyway, guys, you're listening to Manigan's Movie Music live on Love the Beat Radio with me, Reese Manigan, and my special guest today,
Elena Black. Hey, wandering character, reveal yourself. I can see you there.
She's become obsessed with our listeners. Like,
yes.
But yeah,
No,
I mean,
listen, I hyperfixate. I'm sorry.
Make yourself known, listeners.
Like, you're making me suffer. This is not. This shouldn't be allowed.
Anyway, guys, feel free to reveal yourselves
Come
if you're tuned in, because it's nice to hear from you.
At least you, unique being, you have such an interesting name.
Do you know what? Do you know what? Some of these listeners who have their names come up, they actually do have some really awesome usernames. I love it.
Right.
There was one of them. I think there was one on there. I don't know if they're actually. I don't want to say case. I swear there's one called Kitty Kitty. Like, as in like, here, kitty, kitty. I don't know. But there's some really nice, like, unique usernames that these listeners do have. And I love it. I love saying their usernames and everything. And even if I don't know who they are, it's really cool. Like, you know. But to you listeners who tune in every week or tuned in today, you know that I always appreciate you. You are amazing. And it's always nice that they take their time to listen to me ramble on about movies and random stuff. And even if I do sound a bit boring sometimes, it's nice to know I don't bore them. Anyway, let me talk about some movie news, guys, because I've got some stuff that I do want to talk about. So just very quickly, I'm not going to go on as much as I did last week. I had to break it down last week because it was a bit crazy last week. Right, so we had... The first movie news I'm bringing up is that Ready or Not, the sequel, has finally revealed its cast, because not only are we getting Catherine Newton, who's joined Samara Weaving, who's coming back to reprise her role, but we've got Sarah Michelle Gellar, Elijah Wood, and David Cronenberg is going to be in the Ready or Not sequel. And he's the director, David Cronenberg. He's the horror director, and he's going to be in Ready or Not 2 as a character. That is really intriguing.
Yeah.
Now, you do know if he's going to be in it, he's obviously going to be the main bad guy. I mean, he has to be. There's no way he's going to come in to be like, you know, the fairy godfather or something like that.
No,
you know
no, definitely not.
No. I mean, this is David Cronenberg.
But it could surprise us anyways. I'm really living for Sarah Michelle Gellar going back to like doing something that's really exciting, and apparently it's going to be also like a Buffy reboot really soon, she said.
Okay.
I'm really excited.
Okay.
I don't know that people have mixed feelings about Buffy. I love Buffy. It's one of the best series
I
ever.
did used to see it when I was a kid, actually. So yeah.
Rewatched it recently. I love it. Don't hate me. Watch it if you haven't. Give it a go. Give it a go. 7th season. It's in the 90s. There are like a million episodes, but please stick to it.
The 90s was a great era, so it's fine. Watch anything that came out in the 90s because it was a great era.
Yes.
But anyway, so that is the upcoming cast for Ready or Not 2. Another bit of movie. Speaking of Jennifer Love Hewitt, is it? No, not Jennifer Love Hewitt. Sarah Michelle Gellar, because this is a film that's linked to her. With Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr., we just received the reboot sequel trailer to I Know What You Did Last Summer, which, of course, Freddie Prinze Jr.'s come back, and so has Jennifer Love Hewitt, with another bunch of teens. And can I just say that watching the trailer, it's just sort of taken Scream 5 vibes.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what they're doing this, to be fair. Moneymaker. I'm going to watch it anyways.
But not only that.
For instance.
Not only that, I've seen the trailer for it, and it just looks so bad. Like, the thing is, and when I say bad, I mean, like, you can watch it, but you know it's going to be bad. And there's a bit in the trailer that made me laugh out loud, because it's not a spoiler, it's in the trailer, so I can talk about it. This teenage woman comes out of this swimming pool, and she goes, "Oh my God!" Like, this is honestly how she said it as well. she goes, "Oh my God, this place is so beautiful. Like, I could die," and then she gets killed. Like,
okay,
but she said it in such the most non-boring way possible. Like, oh my God,
this is so beautiful.
This place is so beautiful. I could die, and she did.
I mean, yeah, but this is the kind of movie you actually, especially if you, oh my God, if you've watched you're into horror, you're gonna see how it's gonna end. Like, we've lost him.
No, but it was just, it was the last clip in the trailer. Oh my God! This is so
unique
good.
being, rescue me. Or wandering character, rescue me.
She looks so bored how she said it as well. It was just the faces. Well, oh my God.
Yeah, but okay, I see what you mean.
Oh my God.
But then again, as I said, like, if you are into horror, this is the kind of movie you're gonna like understand what's gonna end pretty soon.
Anyway, moving on. Final trailer I'll talk about is the new Predator. Predator Badlands, actually, from the director of Prey. He's coming back to direct it. Prey was brilliant. Mm-hmm. If you haven't seen Prey, watch it. It's so good. But he's coming back with Predator Badlands. And watching the trailer, people have said, is this actually a secret Alien versus Predator 3 film? because apparently during the trailer there was references to Alien versus Predator in this trailer. And they've basically said, look out for hints because this could also lead to a brand new Alien versus Predator movie.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to be frank. I am not a fan of Alien versus Predator. I did watch it, and I do not like it. I think it's just not great, in my opinion. The only Alien films I love is Aliens, and the recent Alien Romulus. Predator, I love the first Predator film with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah. I mean, it is such a great film.
Yeah.
And I also love Prey, which is, I think, the best Predator film since Predator. Because Predator 2 and onwards, Predator. Oh my God. I mean, I'm sorry.
The two already could still, hold these grounds, but then it was like.
No, in my opinion, it's
but the first one is
the first Alien and Aliens and Alien Romulus I loved. I mean, Alien Romulus really surprised me. I didn't expect it to be as good as I thought it was going to be. I was horrified. I flipping loved it. And
I didn't really like it.
Well, then that's your fault. and then for Predator, it goes Predator, the first one, and Prey. The other Predators, not interested. I've seen them, didn't like them. I was bored of them. Fell asleep during most of them. Yeah, I didn't. And like with the other Alien films, I just did. Like, I'm sorry, but it's just the thing is with them sort of films. It's a lot of humans just chatting rubbish and so. Oh, we know there's something here. Let's look for it. Oh, how do you know? Oh, back in the day, it was released because this egg hatched and the scientists ruined it. Now it's spread about. It's the same old rubbish we get all the time. I'm sorry. Give me the thrills like Predator did.
Yeah.
And Prey and Alien and Aliens and Alien Romulus. Those gave me thrills. Sense. But the other films, it's just... But, I mean, how are they even scientists? They're just like, oh, we found a creature. Should we touch it? What happens? They're dead. Like, oh my goodness. Come on. Yeah, I'm sorry, but it's just a waste. The other films that I mentioned, I love, but the other franchise, no. But Prey was brilliant. Loved Prey, amazing film. Predator Badlands is from the same director, and I am going to go and check it out because, for many reasons, he is such a great director. And this is the guy as well who directed 10 Cloverfield Lane. And that movie, again, super underrated and super brilliant. Like, that's another film you have to check out because that movie made me so unsettled and suspense me throughout the entire lot with John Goodman's character, and you don't know if he was good or if he was bad, if he was telling the truth, if he was not telling the truth. Like, oh my God, it just got me on edge throughout the whole film. It was absolutely insane. So I recommend that as well. But yeah, so I can't wait to see the new Alien Predator Badlands, and then we'll see. Right, okay, we need to squeeze another track because I can't believe we've already got 15 minutes already. It's gone so quick. It's mad. Anyway, let's play, as you said, a Scream one. So we're going to play Scream 5, Hospital Visitor. That was our final track of the show because we've got 10 minutes left. And I thought, why not for a Scream fan, eh?
Yeah.
There you go. You're listening to Manigan's Movie Music live on Love the Beat Radio with, of course, me, Reese Manigan, and my guest today,
Elena Black. Oh my God.
Just shouting the name. Elena Black. It's
Sorry.
all good. So, what's it been like for you to be on the show today?
It's been really fun. Really fun.
Have your nerves disappeared now?
Yes.
Yes, because you know what? I get that all the time. When I get a guest on the show, I either get, I've never been on radio before, I'm really scared, or I've done radio, so it's been ages, and I don't know what to say. And I say to them, guys, you're just sitting down, having a chat, and then afterwards, half an hour, they're like, oh, this is all right, actually. And I'm like, told ya. You know what I mean? Like, you're all good. It's all good. But no, do you know what? It's been really fun having you on. You've been a fantastic guest. It's been a laugh.
You.
We've had loads to talk about, which we have because the time has just flown so quick.
Yes,
and I can't
that's
believe
very true.
like how quick we've managed to talk about all the stuff we've managed to squeeze in. I mean, this is what I always say every week, right? I go, do you know what? I just wish my show was a little bit longer so I could have a bit more to talk about. It's just because sometimes there are things that I want to talk about. And then I look at the time, I'm like, I've only got 3 minutes left and I can't talk about...
Not enough time.
Yeah, there's nothing I can talk about. But it's fine. Hopefully,
too much to talk about, not enough time.
I know, exactly. That's why I try and squeeze it in as much as possible. But it's all good. At least you've come on the show today and you've done it. And I'm really happy and I'm always honoured when someone squeezes in there from their busy schedule to come in, because like I said, I've had some really amazing guests on here recently, and like I said, that I've got a few more guests coming in the next couple of weeks, and I just hope that chain doesn't break, because I'm really excited to be talking to who's coming up. And also, like I've also want to talk about as well, this is, it's probably not important to these lot, but it's important to me. I've only got 3 subscribers left on my YouTube channel to hit 1,000, and I really need 3 people to hit my YouTube channel, or even 5 to get to 1,000, because the thing is, it's very important for many reasons. For one thing, this year's my 20th anniversary of my filmmaking journey. I've got loads of updates coming up about my new feature film, in fact, which I'm filming later on today. I can't explain about that because it's very funny. And also got some more new short films coming up. I just recently filmed one. I don't know if anyone's seen the trailer. It's called The Golden Fish, which was an idea that I wrote back in 2010. And I've managed to revive it, and it's now come out. And it's a film. It's just a nice little film about a bunch of people going to check out a golden fish in the woods.
As you do.
As you do. And it's actually in the same forest that we filmed our horror short.
Okay.
But in a nice, beautiful, sunny day, no horror clouds, and because we filmed it during a very gloomy, bleaky atmosphere. But we managed to film it a very gorgeous day, which I was very happy about, and we managed to get it done within a good few hours, and it was good, and it was a laugh, and it's a very nice little fun short film about the guys had gone off to, and what makes it funny as well, it's about these different personalities, because you've got an older, wiser woman who's taken them on the journey. You've got the young woman who's sort of like the leader who wants to check out the fish. You've got the man who's played by me who wants to catch the fish for money. And then you've got the Instagram wannabe diva who just wants to put it on her social media. And so there's a lot of like different personalities in it. And so it's kind of nice that they all kind of clash a little bit, and they don't agree on what they're doing, and and there's some really funny moments in the film, very silly moments in it, and it's just I'm glad that I managed to get it made, because I can't believe after 15 years of writing it, I've actually managed to get it revived. And there's another short film that I'm going to be making very soon, about a guy who tries to con people into fortune telling. He manages to get his friend he manages to get his friend to be a fortune teller, and he gives her a script and tries to make the fortune happen after it happens. You know what I mean? So he's trying to like con the people. And so that's coming out very soon. I'm filming that in a couple of months' time. There's a lot of stuff coming out, guys. So you need to subscribe to that YouTube channel to check them out, because they're very fun little projects. Plus, I've got my next Halloween short coming out this year, which I'll be filming soon.
Very curious.
And I've also got my new Christmas special coming out this Christmas. I'll be filming that later this year. But most important is The Bucket, my new feature film. There's going to be trailers, there's going to be teasers, there's going to be loads of stuff coming up about that. And I really cannot wait to show people that one, because like I said many weeks, as I've been talking about it, it's going to be definitely a Marmite movie. People are either going to love me for it, or they're going to want me dead for it.
Fantastic.
But we'll see. We'll see the reaction.
Hopefully they will love you for it.
Well, to be honest, I wouldn't care, because nowadays, even if I write anything nowadays, people are like, nah, we don't want to be in that. And it's, but like I said, the difference is between me is I like to go out and venture out and make different original material. I like to things that are outside, like you said about expressing your art. I like to express doing something bonkers and stupid and silly, because sometimes the most stupid ideas become the best ones. And I know, like, for example, with my art, like, if you remember, I used to do Archie and Jim episodes. Like, if I was pitching that to a studio and I said about what the episodes were, they would kick me out immediately. They'd be like, get out. But once they've probably seen it, they'll probably go, oh, do you know what, that wasn't too bad, actually. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm trying to do. But unfortunately, it's very hard to convince people to see the executions of those stories, because they just look at it and think, oh, that sounds a bit ridiculous. But then when you look at it, they'll think, oh, okay. But Who knows? But anyway, yeah, guys, subscribe my YouTube channel. It's Reese M92. I'm looking for at least 4 subscribers to get on my channel to get to 1,000. And I want to hit that 1,000 mark this year.
I'm sure you get that. I'm sure wandering character.
You're obsessed with wandering character.
Yes.
I don't think. Look, we've got 4 minutes. I don't think they're going to reveal themselves. I don't think anyone's going to be revealing themselves today.
They won't.
But
they won't. They will leave me hanging.
But guys, it's fine. Whoever's tuned in, at least they're listening to our show.
Yes.
I'm sure they're enjoying it because they haven't left. I'm sure we're entertaining them very much. So whoever's listening, thank you. It's nice to know that I'm entertaining you guys. But
hopefully you had fun.
But I love that you're like one of the guests who's literally going, who's listening? Reveal yourselves.
But especially if they come forward.
Yes, come forward and we will give you gifts.
We'll give you gifts.
We'll give you Haribos.
Oh my God, yes. I would reveal myself for Candice. Why not?
Listen to next week's show, then you can.
Yay.
Love it. Anyway.
My dulcet tones.
I know.
Oh my gosh. I'm destroying the studio, guys.
Yeah, please don't. It's not my studio.
No. Sorry. No,
That's
I'm
right,
not. I'm not. I was joking. I'm not. Oh my God, they're watching me. The camera's in here.
She can send the check.
Yes.
Anyway.
I'm broke.
Well, there you go. But anyway, so we've got less than 2 minutes. But anyway, so have you got anything that you want to say? Anything you want to promote before we head off? Anything you want to say? Choose it wisely.
Yeah. No, the only thing I would talk about is my show, Cabinet Sinistro. And we go live every 3 months, roughly. It's a platform for horror and alternative performers, science show, and alternative people to meet up and meet like-minded people who hopefully are into horror as well. But we welcome newbies. We will not sacrifice you, I promise. But yeah, that's the only thing I really care about at the moment is a passion project that I hope will take off and be something more. Thank you.
Well, there you go.
Yay.
There you go, guys. So there's a bit of promotion there for you. And I will be very excited to see your show in June. I'm definitely going to be there. I'm looking forward to it. And as a horror fan, and hopefully has someone who's not so easily scared or offended, I want to see loads of blood and gore and everything. So let's hope that happens. Less glitter.
Yeah, no, there won't be any glitter.
Thank God. Anyway, right, guys, we've only got literally 40 seconds left. So I just want to say thank you to everyone. And I mean everyone who's tuned in, whoever you are, whoever you have been.
We love you.
Yes, yeah, I especially do every week. And I always appreciate it. Please tune in next week. I think, I'm not going to jinx it, but I might have a guest next week. I will let you know because nowadays you never know what's going to happen. They might call in sick. Yeah. But if they don't, it could happen. If it does, then don't worry. But because I'll still be here entertaining you guys. Hopefully there'll be some exciting stuff to talk about. I'm sure there will be. So guys, again, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have enjoyed the show. And as I always say every week, that is a wrap.